I am highly delighted to be in this group. My only good message I have to do that I'm being opportunity to be here. And I'm looking forward for the opportunity that the chairman has said that one day will come upon me. So I am very happy to be among the group and promise myself that I will work hard to be in this group permanently. My name is Victoria Fabio. My name is Victoria Fabio.
Yeah, which of the chapter?
I'm from your Shadow Budget Group.
Okay, we're happy to have you around to be part of the participants for this 3 days retreat of the Nigerian Civic Space Protection Alliance. So from this program that we had, this retreat, can you tell us what has your experience been? Because you know, while we're coming here, you have some expectations. Were those expectations met?
Yes, thank you very much for the question. As I was coming to the retreat, I didn't expect exactly what I'm hearing. But coming down to the hall, all what I've been my expectation for the past life have been answered through the retreat by the resource person giving to us. I was really opportune to be here to learn so many things that I've not known, that being able to be very, very optimistic in life that we are going to be, going to the rural area to inform the women their rights to participate in the leadership, not to be intimidated by the police whenever we are faced on the road. I have learned a lot today because those are the things I didn't know by myself, because at times I get intimidated by the police. But getting to the retreat, I'm so fortunate to know that we have not to be so intimidated by the police. They have to stand firm and defend ourselves in any given area. And also learn that as a woman, we have the privilege to air out our problems, hiding under a certain voices that can be heard, that by so doing, hiding under a voice that will be able to be heard of our problem.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much. So from all of these that you've been able to tell us now, the key things that you learned, from your response, I've seen the most impactful one, which has to do with your engagement with the security agencies. Yeah, from all of these that you've said now, how do you think you can apply it to your work as a member of the Shadow Budget Group in your chapter?
Yes, thank you very much. This has to do exactly the knowledge I've learned today. I have to take it to my community to enlighten the women on the rights they have as a woman. First of all, I've talked about the leadership. I have to enlighten the women in the rural area that they have every opportunity and the rules they have to play in the politics, that they have to be among the councillor, even the chairman, and also being a woman minister in the country. I have to also to educate them about the need for them to have a fundamental human rights, and also to educate them about the importance of education. Because without education, we will not be able to enrich this place that we are reaching today. I have to enlighten them about their rights that they have to take in life, that they are right not to be intimidated by anybody, that in anything that they want to do, they have to stand firm and make sure that they achieve their end goal.
Oh, thank you so much, Ma. Please, we've been able to get something from you, being a member of the Shadow Budget Group, and the things you said you're going to do when you get back to your chapter. And we believe that in the nearest future, we'll be hearing some good news from your end. So thank you for this moment. We appreciate you.
Thank you too for the opportunity given by the Shadow Budget Group, bringing the information to our doorstep. I hope all the women in the rural area will also have the information, as the resource person has already said. Thank you.
I am so happy to be in this gathering. I'm happy that the chairman really valued the women. If not that, he couldn't have brought up this kind of topic. It's a privilege to me, especially. And I promise to do my best and keep the rules and regulations that govern this organization. Thank you so much, sir. Gone are the days that they used to say women hands in the kitchen. I now realize in this meeting that the chairman, the executive, really value us. So God bless you. To your wives, I pray may God renew their strength the more. From the look of things, it's not somebody that doesn't value his wife that could value other people. I have seen the love that is in you. I have seen the sacrifice, if not for anything, leaving your bed to Akwa Ibom State to honor women. We pray may God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. On my honor, I promise to do my best. I will keep to the rules and regulations that govern here. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. You, man. So can we get to meet you?
Thank you so much. My name is Ekati Simon.
All right. So, Ekati Simon, where are you from?
I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa Ibom State.
Yes.
Where are you based?
I based here in Uyo.
In Uyo. Fine. Thank you so much. So, what was your experience during this 3-day retreat on the Nigerian Civic Protection Alliance?
Wow. Nigerian Civil Space Protection Alliance. It taught me so many things.
Okay.
I learned a lot in this retreats. I learned a lot. If not for anything, I learned that women should have rights in their family, in their church, in the society, in the community, even in the government, that women have the rights. Rights for everything. Right to speak out. Rights for voting in, right for voting out. So that's the main paramount thing that I learned in this retreats.
Okay, that's a nice one. So from this that you've mentioned, all of these rights, do you think the women are possibly suppressed or repressed or denied some of these rights?
All of the above.
All of the above.
We are suppressed. We deny our rights. They say women cannot do this, women cannot do that. For instance, now in budgeting, in the community, they will say woman doesn't have any right to be voting in or voting out. I learned that we have all the rights. They really deprive us from our rights. What we're supposed to get as a woman, they deny all those things from us. I think from this, from the retreats, we as women, we have that right, we have the boldness to speak to our community, to even approach the government that they should give us our rights. Thank you.
So, from this empowerment you've gotten now, what do you intend to do with this information you've gotten? How do you intend to engage? Not just for you alone. How do you engage to carry the other women in your community to educate them on these their rights and to help them to be heard? Are you going to do it individually, or do you want to hide under your voice? How do you want to do it? Because one thing is to be informed, another thing is to act with that information.
To be really sincere, when I came in here on Thursday, the topic that they gave was very impactful. When I got back, I told my people that I have seen a group, sincerely, I did that I have seen a group. In this group, they really tell us our rights. They were asking, what is it all about? I told them, wait, you will come and see it. And definitely, they will come and see. And by so doing, I will still evangelize. I will keep on telling. Because I've told them, I even sent texts. I strongly believe by next meeting, 1 or 2 persons will come and witness it too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you've talked about the women and you mobilizing them. How do you intend to ensure that those women, how do you intend to reach out to them? Are you going to go to the church? Do you intend going to your village meeting? An August meeting is coming up soon. How do you want to reach out to these women to ensure that, you know, the knowledge you've garnered from this 3-day retreat, you're able to mainstream same?
Like I have said before, and I will continue to say it again. I told them, I called them, and they were like, in my place of work, they were like, Eka, please, can you give me your phone number? So that once the meeting comes up, that 1 or 2, the other one said that the wife will come and attend the meeting. While the other lady said that she personally, she will be here.
All right, thank you so much. So it's a nice one. So what do you want to tell us at Ndelumo? What information, what message, what admonition
I give you
do you want to
kudos.
give to us?
Just keep on doing the good work. It's a very nice work. We women did not have this knowledge. It was something that we have pre-knowledge about it for some years back. I can remember there was my colleague said it, that the father used to tell the mother to kill fowl for her once she disobeyed. And I noticed that this woman was under bondage to the point the woman died, but the man is still alive. So I really acknowledge you people, that you people should keep on doing the good work. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Madam Eka, right?
Yes.
So it's good to have you around.
Thank
And we
you.
believe that we're going to be engaging with you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
so
God
much.
bless you.
What I learned yesterday was civic space. The meaning of civic space was traced within our local government, maybe church, your family, or wherever you find yourself. And the space is also our rights. As a citizen of Nigeria, we have so many rights. The right to education, the right to vote and be voted for, the right of freedom of movement, the right of freedom of speech. Everybody have the right, as far as you are the citizens. So the space is created by a set of universally acceptable rules, which allow people to organize and participate, communicate with each other freely, to socialize with your friends, your neighbor, without any problem. I also learned about the elements or the future of civic space.
My name is Magdalene Jeremiah. I learned about how to speak, that if we want to speak, that we should speak ahead. I also learned about civil space. That civil space is the freedom to communicate to voice or freedom of speech.
Good morning all. I'm Anifio Anthony. In yesterday's topic, I learned about civic space, which gives us the political, how people from the political aspect, the legislative and the social environment are enabled, which enables them to come together. For example, let's say for instance, where maybe if you're someone of a high class, simply because you're of a high class, you cannot interact with someone from a low class. So what we learned yesterday tells us that irrespective of how we are, who we are, and what we found ourselves in, we should be able to speak, we should be able to interact with people of different classes. Don't discriminate simply because the person is not from your tribe, simply because the person is not from your religion or the ethnicity. So it tells us that we should embrace people irrespective of who they are, where they see them, and what society they come from. We also talked about the different elements, which number one was the conducive political and cultural, socio-economic landscape. You should be able to listen to the other opponent's perspective. You should be able to hear from him or her. You should be able to interact with people in the society. For example, let's assume the local government chairman or what political you are holding. You go out to interact with people, know what their problems are, so that you'll be able to solve their problems. So that's what I learned yesterday, that we should be able to be of need to someone else. Don't discriminate simply because you are of a higher class or you are a different political or social ethnic group. Thank you.
My name is Victoria Fadu. I learned as of yesterday about how women are being opportune to be liberated from the bondage, that we are no more women that are supposed to be at the backyard, that we are being exposed, taught how to be outspoken, telling our problems, that we have freedom of speech irrespective of what is happening, but at most that we should hide under the canopy so that we know how to speak well. That speaking in one voice will not bring us out, but in a team leader we'll be able to speak and our voice will be heard. We learn about the civic space, the conducive politically. We were being enlightened that we should, as a woman, stand full for yourself, look for something to do, not dependent of just sitting down. We should also be volunteered in doing things, not sitting down idle. You should find yourself busy. Find your hand doing something that is going to be useful and tangible for you in the future. As a woman, the high chief has helped us to be an eye-opener to us that we should not fold our hands and be inside. As we are coming out here, we have learned a lot, and one of the things that I learned so much is that we are not going to be at home, sitting down to know what is going wrong in the global war. By being exposed to seminars like this, we have learned a lot, that we are being liberated from the poverty and the bondage of being engaged by men or in the society. As a whole, I hope today as I'm coming, I will learn more and pray that the civic space that we are talking about will be conducive for us to learn. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Rosanna Bright. Yesterday we talked about a civic space. We say that a civic space can be the churches we belong to, our community, our local government, and maybe like Uyo can be civic. Then the space is freedom of speech, that we have freedom of speech. You have to air out your view, the way you are feeling. You don't just have to keep quiet about what is going on. And if you have to air out your view, it must not be an individual alone, that you must hide under a voice to speak. You must belong to a group. You don't just go out and air out your view because they wouldn't listen to you. You must hide under a voice to speak. We also talked about the challenges of civic space, that the challenges is the government. The governments are not doing things that are right with the citizens. They just do what they feel is okay with them. They don't think about the citizens. They don't think about the way me and you, we are feeling. They don't think about how it is going to affect us. All they think about is their self. We talked about tribalism, that you don't have to say, I'm a Yoruba, I'm an Hausa, I'm an Ijo, that is not my tribe. This has to come to my tribe. It's not going to be another tribe, that we must come together as Nigeria to solve the problem of Nigeria. It is not about going out for, protest, that there are things that has to be done. We talked about that we need inclusive governance. We need inclusive governance, that everybody must be carried along. It must not be some certain people alone, that everybody must be carried along. That the use of town hall meeting is also necessary, that we need to have a town hall meeting. Maybe as a local government chairman, you have a town hall meeting with different communities in your local government to ask them what is really the problem of this community, and you make sure you solve some of their problem, and it will bring about peace, and it will make our society to get better.
My sister has talked about the tribal discrimination. Even in our workplaces, some persons which are in the some persons that are high rank do not shoot so low to talk to the people that are low in rank. So in all this, we should try as much as we can to cordial and also relates to the low class as well. Thank you.
My name is Idonwesi St. Paul from Akwa Ibom State. Initially, we had not done anything about the civic space because we weren't aware, we were not enlightened, we were not educated about it. But since I have come for these 3 days retreats, I have learned about how to tackle it. So when I get to my shadow budget group, that's a Senator shadow budget group, I will then sensitize the women there and then tell them what to do when it comes to a time like that.
Thank you so much. So can you now expatiate a little more on some of the takeaways, some of the things you took from this 3 days retreat on the Nigerian Civic Space Protection Alliance?
Coalition is the one that I have taken home because it's it refers to people working together in a company to achieve a common goal. Like to achieve a common goal. So when I get home, I will tell them that working together, it's a thing that needs to be done, not somebody appreciating or looking for the downfall of another person. So that when the person comes in, and then the person, so that when the person falls, the other person will start clapping and appreciating the person's downfall. I will tell them that by so doing that is not good. You know, initially, the women, their voices were not heard. And even if in the community, let me start from our local community, even if in the community, when they're having town hall meetings, if a woman wants to speak or a lady wants to speak, they will tell the woman to sit down. But now we have opened our eyes to that our voices can be heard through another voice, a known voice that can be heard. So I will talk to them that anything that they see, that they can say something when necessary, that our voices can be heard.
What message do you have?
Firstly, I want to thank them for organizing this kind of retreats, because so many of us, I want to say most of us here weren't aware of our rights. But by this retreat, we will have an eye-opener that we can be free. And that I want to thank them, that God will continue to bless them, and that we will look forward to have them more in Akwa Ibom State.
Thank you so much, Ma, for having you in this event.
Thank you,
sir. I believe that as time goes on, we are going to be engaging more. And together, our voices will be heard.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Molina Joseph. I want to talk about, we learned about the challenges of civic space, and we learned about human rights. The challenges we read is from tribalism, poor economy, and inclusive governance. So the tribalism, that's discrimination, that you are saying this one is a Muslim, this one is a Christian, and you are discriminating the person. And we also talk about poor economy. Okay, there was an incident, they talked about the NSS incident, and they said that we were not heard and people just went out to protest. If we have to protest, we have to go and someone that has a face, someone that can be heard. We should just take the necessary precautions. We should not just go out and protest. Like in terms of the poor economy, because now the prices of things are so high. Like someone talked about drugs, low-class drugs and high-class drugs. So I think this phase giving us the opportunity to exercise and air ourselves.
I still want to just add my voice to what our brother, the High Chief, has just spoken about here. My applause continually goes to him for his added commitment to this war as it has been. It's all the years that we started talking before we started meeting physically. Everything about him has been a drive towards human rights and all that. Just everything about him, his breath typifies, the drive for equity, the drive for human rights and all that. So I think for being part of this, I think he's been naturally configured for this job. So he does it so effortlessly. I just admire him, and I find myself, I count myself also highly privileged, to be associated with him with that. For the very few years that we have started interacting, we started talking several years before, these 2-3 years now we started meeting physically. I know that he has so much, he has done so much, and I know he still continues to do much. Now, going back to what has brought us here, we have this air of freedom where God has naturally created us as human beings to enjoy. And anything that takes an inch of it out of us, that it means our human being, it means what God has made us to be. Anything that restricts your freedom, anything that takes away your freedom has taken away what God has made you to be. You will not understand some of these things until maybe for one reason or the other, you become a victim of all sorts of restrictions, orchestrated, not even by the system, but by the character of the people within the system. Just like the mentioned issue of police brutality and all that. Not only police brutality, military. Some people, as long as they wear the uniform, they just feel that, the uniform has translated them to something far higher than you, and that they take use of it to begin to harass and intimidate people. So, for us, the issue of civic space protection is very key. It's also a protection, more like a protection for humanity, protection for your being, for what God created you to be. Because in the first place, God wants you to enjoy freedom, free liberty, that should only be answerable essentially to God and to the system in the manner that the liberty also continues. So anything that inhibits it is something that we should fight against. And that's why there is a necessity for us to have our mind here wondering, all of us here should be an agent of a drive towards achieving the protection of civil space. Because when you don't fight towards achieving the protection of civil space, you want to be a victim of it, or somebody who is related to you will be a victim of it. So directly or indirectly, you become a victim in one form or the other, and you pay heavily for it. So our gathering here should be a gathering that should be taken very seriously, and that we should be running with it and grow with it. And I think God will help us even as we do this. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, again. Hi, Chief. I want to thank you so much for this opportunity. Hi, Chief and I started talking when I became Mango Chairman in January. He has a lot of experience and a lot of work that we have done by our system that made people recognize him as Chairman of Mango. So he's like my I really appreciate my presence here to be part of this civic space training. It's coming at a very right time, and we need to all wake up and begin to speak up. You know, each day we say there is human rights embedded in the Nigerian Constitution. Yes, there is. Human rights is there. Our rights are clearly written in the Constitution, particularly with the issue that is around protest. It is the right of Nigerians to speak out, to protest against whatever they feel is not the right thing that is going on. But the truth of the matter about Nigeria is that your voices, or nobody will really release this right to you. You must take it by yourself. We've had quite a lot of issues. Around police brutality, which emanated in the EndSARS protest of 2020. This year, in fact, in the last 1 year, it's been hunger all the way. Hunger, and more hunger. And so people have said they will come out again to protest against hunger, not against anything else, but against hunger. And quite rightly, it is important that we speak up against hunger. However, the powers that be, the politicians who have grossly divided us in so many ways, using religion, using ethnicity to divide us in so many ways, have started again to divide us in all fronts. They have called some people together in the name of several organizations to speak against our voices, and we are saying no. The military has come up to say we must not come out because of the anticipation of violence. But the truth of the matter is that the military is part of the problems that this country is facing. If they are able to take up their responsibility to protect the interests of farmers in the north and pull out the bandits from their farms, maybe we won't be suffering of hunger today. We've also had issues around police brutality, which I've also spoken about. Quite a lot is going on. And so we must, as the people, take time to participate fully in this program, to understand our role and be able to speak for ourselves when it is needed. And so on this ground, I want to thank every one of us for the opportunity to be here, and I ask that we put in all that we can to ensure that we gain this very important knowledge to go out and speak, to expand the civic space. Thank you very much.
All right, My name is Taritin Boko. I am the chairman of Bayelsa State Non-Governmental Organizations Forum. It is interesting to be a part of a meeting or a training of this nature. Quite a lot of things came into play. Issues around marginalization of our women folks, issues around their participation in the PIA process, issues around quite a lot of things about marginalization of the women folks came out very, very strongly. And it is nice that we've had this lengthy discussion and a communique to strengthen the position. There are quite a lot of advocacy items that we're able to bring out from this training, and the expansion of the civil space and encouraging women to participate in all frontiers, as it were. I'm really glad Ndebumo, has invited me to participate in this organization, in this training. I'll take the learnings from this training, back to my own state, and then also, see how we can take action around these issues with the network that I lead. Thank you very much.
I'm Idara Udofia, Uyo community. I've learned so much in this Nigerian Civic Space Protection Alliance program. I've learned a lot about my right as a citizen, when I'm supposed to speak out. And I've also known communication is very important. Like, you have to speak out at all time. And also have learned a lot about whatever we are doing, it really should start from our environment, our immediate family. How you want to train your girl child, how you train your male child. I don't really think there should be a difference, because we are talking about gender equality. All the children are the same, irrespective of the sex of a child. So I've tried as much as possible to know he has to stand for me. And he said free for all. That means we are all equal, irrespective of our status in life. Okay? I want to say a very big thank you to Ndebumo for creating this platform for women to speak out. Yes. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
My name is Inemesot Edede Makban. I'm from Woodland community. I've learned a lot, especially in women aspects, because those days people neglected women. And personally, I have a lot of things on me that I'm supposed to, give it out to the world. But I cannot give it out because I did not discover myself. But because of this organization, I can stand out anywhere and speak out as a woman. In my surroundings, they will see me, because I wanted somebody to motivate me, because there's something in me that is always speaking to me. I'm supposed to speak to people, supposed to help people, but because I was unable to discover it. But now I can tell that because of this seminar, I'm very, very good to go. First of all, I thank God Almighty for giving them this wisdom to establish this organization, and for them to bring this thing. I thank them very much. Not only bring it just because there are some meetings that you went, you just go and sit down, they buy your own water, biscuit and eat. In fact, they feed us very well with good food. Sometimes you'll even be tired of the food. I'm so happy. I say God should bless them. And I wish, as they said this thing to us, because there are some things that our men need to hear. They organized a seminar for men to enlighten them too about women and about their own rights and the rights of the women. I'm so grateful. So I say God should bless them and give them more wisdom and knowledge to do more than this. Thank you.